What's up, y'all? We are back. Like I told you, we have a special guest in the house. My guy, my brother, Mr. Hamilton Jacobs in the building, man. Stand up, give this man one round of applause. Welcome to Community Vibes, y'all, where we highlight people who are really doing real things and have real stories, okay? And they're from real communities, right? And my guy here, man, it is amazing in my eyes. And I always told you guys, I'm gonna make sure we bring people who I look up to, okay? And he's one of these guys.
Oh, man,
Welcome to
appreciate
the platform,
that.
my guy.
Yes,
What's
sir.
going on?
Doing good, man. Glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
You look good, man. You did about, man, 50 push-ups or something, man. You swole.
Man, no, I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to get there.
Trying to make me look bad on the show. Listen,
yes,
bro, you know we go back a while.
Right.
You go to you went to the worst high school in America.
Just the worst in America, but the best in the district. The best in the district.
You definitely went to Eau Claire High School, legendary.
Yes, sir.
Known for some great people.
Yes, sir.
Two of the worst people that I know. Two of my best friends went to Eau Claire High School.
They the best. They're your best friend.
But they have produced some
sir.
phenomenal people.
Yes, sir.
And you are one of them.
Thank you.
And so let's talk about, man, coming from that region of town, man, what was that like for you?
Man, coming from that side of town, let me first say, thank you for having me once again. Yeah. I grew up, both parents in my home. I had a brother, I had a sister that kind of led the way. They were people that went to Eau Claire High School as well.
Right.
But we all made it out, but you do, going to that school, you kind of got a chip on your shoulder.
Facts. Yeah. I know.
You got a chip on your shoulder because what's thought or what's said about people, that the perception about the 29203 area is that, it's poverty stricken. People don't do much from that area. Kids can't read, kids don't learn. They go to Eau Claire, it's drug infested. You got people that do shootouts all the time. That's the perception that people have of that area. And so me going through, I was always successful. I played sports, I played basketball, ran track, I was on the band, I had good grades, man. I was active, man. I was senior class president, National Honor Society.
Really?
I really dug my feet in the ground, and I was still able to be who I was. Like I tell even my children I have now, I tell them all the time, just because you're in a surrounding or in an environment you don't have to be what you're around.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You stick out, you be different, that you still can be cool.
Right.
And that was my story. While I was in school, I was cool, had all the friends, did everything that I wanted to do, but I was still focused on making sure that I made my parents proud, and most of all, I made myself proud.
Come on. Well, listen, man, you definitely made me proud.
Yes, sir.
All right. And
yes,
I'm
sir.
Honored to call you a friend.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
So moving forward now, we know, for those who, may not know, you actually work for the county, right?
Yes, sir.
So tell them, what do you do for the county right now?
So right now, I am a commissioner with Richland County Recreation Commission.
Okay.
So I just recently became the vice chairman of the commission.
My guy.
Yes, sir.
My guy.
Yes, sir. Taking steps moving forward, but just became the vice chairman. And it really just gives us an opportunity to shape recreation for all of the constituents in Richland County.
Right.
Whether it be a youth, whether it be a middle age, whether it be a senior citizen, no matter who it is, we try to make sure that we shape recreation. I'm a commissioner, so we guide the policies and all the procedures that they do. We have a great executive director that's there right now that actually came in when I came in. And man, we got a well-oiled machine right now doing a lot of things. We just acquired the old Jewish Community Center, which is now Richland County Wellness Center. And man, we're doing some great stuff. Great stuff. I've been able to make some great strides as a freshman commissioner coming in last year. This is my second year. But I mean, we got Hopkins Pool back down in the Lower Richland area.
Good.
Got 2 parking lots paved. Did a lot of other different works, and now we working on some other big stuff that hopefully, if it work out, it'll come out to the community real soon. Yes, sir.
You doing it, my guy.
Yes, sir.
Listen, man, I'm so proud of you, bro.
Yes, sir.
One thing that I know for a fact, man, is that you are a strong youth advocate.
Yes, sir.
And you love mentoring. Matter of fact,
I love it.
You got Mentor of the Year a few years ago.
Yes, right.
Kicking it
with Dad.
That's right.
That's
Listen,
right.
man. Shout out to my guy, man. Hurt them
Yes,
boys.
sir. That's big bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So talk about that, man. Why are you so passionate when it comes to mentoring these young men?
Man, you know,
not just young men, but the youth people.
Yeah. You know, I have to say it started in home. Because my dad was there for me. My dad was a great example of what a man should be to his kids and to other kids. You know, my dad was real involved, going on band trips, being this vice president or this president. You know, he was a community man, and that's what I saw as a child. But as I began to get older, when I had my own children, you know, I would go to basketball games and go to football games because my kids are very active in sports, and I would see. Kids that father weren't there, you know. I would see mothers that didn't have a father figure in their son's life. And I just wanted to kind of fill that void. And what became me just filling that void grew to me wanting to mentor kids and be there for kids and, you know, whatever I could do, you know, to stand up for them. That's just what it became. And, you know, my wife and I, we have a nonprofit organization called the Bridge Over Foundation.
Dope.
You know, every year we do a camp. I mean, we do symposiums and conferences, different things for young men and young ladies, you know. So, I mean, I just wanted to be there. You know, I shout out to a good friend, was a mentor for me, Charles B. Jackson Jr.
Charles Jack, what's going on, man?
Yeah, that's my guy.
My guy,
Charles
man.
Jackson said something probably about 2 or 3 years ago that stood out to me. He said, kids only want to know 2 things. They want to know, are you there and do you care?
Come on, man.
And those 2 things always stuck with me, and I always wanted to let kids know that I'm there, and I wanted them to know most of all that I care.
Yeah. One thing that I have witnessed is that you are there.
Yes, sir.
Because I've seen you in action when it comes to supporting your sons.
Yeah, man.
And one of your sons played for the best high school in America, Sid Johnson.
To a school in Columbia.
Too that hard.
Shout out to Rob McCray. That's my guy. Yes,
shout
sir.
out to Boo, man. A phenomenal basketball coach, man. But more importantly, man, just a phenomenal human being.
That's right. That's right.
But your son played for Sid Johnson, and you're a busy man.
Yes, sir.
You are a very busy man, but you never missed a beat.
No.
When I came to the games, man, you were front and center.
That's right.
And you would oftentimes give your little critiques.
That's right.
to him.
That's right. Listen.
You let him know you was in the building.
Hey, I'm telling you, the commission had to get on me because I coached basketball too. And so my younger son plays basketball, and I coached him. This is my last year coaching him, but we won championship.
Okay.
Throw that out there.
I saw you.
Throw that out there. But no, I got a tick, man.
What?
And I got a tick, and they called up to the office. Guess they felt like they was telling on me. So I got to the meeting. So my chairman at the time, he was like, "Hey, man, I know you like basketball, but you can't be out there getting ticks and stuff, man." But that's just how passionate I am about the game, you know. I tell my sons all the time that I'm always be there for them. They don't have to look for me. They know if they got something coming up, if they got a game, if they got an event at school, no matter what it is, that I'm always be there. Because I want them to know as a father that you got a dad that cares about you. You got a dad that's always going to show up for you. You got a dad that's going to protect you. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to worry about those things, you know. So every game I was there. And, you know, I would tell him what I thought. If I thought he was playing like trash, he was going to hear it.
Trash.
You know what I'm saying? That's right. You know what I'm saying? But I just know they look for that. You know what I'm saying? Like my son, he's going to make sure, he's going to look at them stands. If I don't get there at the start of the game, when sit down, he's gonna look over there and say, okay, I see my dad there now. I know he's gonna be there, you know. And
that's awesome.
This year we didn't make the mark, but I mean, we got to the Lower State right before the Lower State Championship, man. So
you did good.
You know what I'm saying?
You should be proud.
Matters. Oh, I'm definitely proud. Exactly. I'm definitely proud. And you know, unfortunately, I got another kid that's gonna go to that same school.
Green Hornets.
Hopefully he'll get that ring, man.
He will. You know,
I just, you know, I always want to be there for my kids.
That's good.
Man.
That's good.
I always want to be there for my kids.
Well, speaking of that, man, you know, you're also from my perspective, that is, you're a great husband.
Yes, sir.
And shout out to your wife, man. She's an amazing person.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. She put up with me.
Yeah. Hey, listen, she is, man. She's an angel, man.
Yes, sir.
Talk about just, you know, being a husband and being a father, and you know, how do you balance the two, man? Just being busy, right? Husband, fatherhood, you know what I mean? How do you balance all that?
Well, you know what? It actually took her telling me when I was young, when we were young in our marriage, July 24th, we'll come up on 15 years.
Oh, solid. That's good.
And I was one of those people that, I don't want to say get in over your head, but I was one of those people that was like, when I go out, when I go all out, I'm going to go all out. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go in.
Full throttle.
And I was going, my boys was playing football, and every day I was get off work, I'm going straight to the football field, I'm coming home, it's 9, 10 o'clock, I'm washing, I'm going to sleep, and that was it.
Right.
You know, we would spend time, we would talk, and she knew that I wasn't doing anything, but she was like, hey man, listen, you gotta make some time for me, like, you with the boys all the time.
Gotcha.
Like, all the time. So it took that earlier on in our marriage for me to make sure that I always made time for my wife. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
And like now, like I said, she put up with me because she always on me for going so much. But one thing I always do is we date.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
like I tell people that's married, if they have a conversation with me or, you know, we are talking about marriage, I tell them to make sure you still date your wife. Still date the person that you love. Like every week. We might go to the same restaurant, but we going somewhere, you know what I'm saying? We might go get ice cream and a cookie, but we gonna be doing something and it's just gonna be us. And most oftentimes, if you see me, you're gonna see my wife.
That's good.
It's not many times that I'm gonna be by myself, you know what I'm saying? Or she's gonna be by herself. Yeah, like literally, like we go everywhere. Like I tell my wife sometimes, like, nah, go ahead, babe, I'm good. She's like, nah. Come on, let's go, you know what I'm saying? And vice versa. But we always together, man. You know, those two things that I really wanted to make sure that I held to a standard, a certain standard, you know what I'm saying? Like those are sacred to me, being a husband and being a father. Those are two things that I wanted to do. If I don't do nothing else right, I wanted to make sure I got those things right, though. So I just try to be the best man that I can for both my wife and my children. Yep.
Well, so you said something that's key and that really is profound to me, and that's being the best person, right?
Yeah.
And that's being your best self, right?
Right.
So having all of that, right? A great job, phenomenal family, right? How do you take care of yourself through all of that?
Man, you know, I would think, or I would say rather, not think, but that's probably been the hardest part. You know what I'm saying? And let me say this, I ain't perfect.
Nobody.
I make mistakes, you know what I'm saying? I don't get everything right all the time. You know, every day ain't necessarily Sunday. But that's one of the hardest things because I'm the type of person that want to be there for everybody.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to let nobody down. And some people say, you know, different people call it different things. Some people might say, oh, they just trying to kiss butt. Some people he a people pleaser. You know, he does, he that. But I just have that type of good heart that I don't want to let somebody feel like I let them down. You know what I'm saying? So all the time, I try to show up for my wife. I try to show up for my kids. But, you know, we do a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah, y'all do.
We do a lot of stuff. And most oftentimes, you know, it becomes a battle with you or within yourself because you aren't getting the rest that you need.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I experienced last year, right around the end of July, like July 31st into August 1st, man, I had 2 strokes. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I I felt like I wasn't stressed, but my body was stressed because I was going so much. You know what I'm saying? Going to meetings, showing up to this, having a camp. Matter of fact, it was like, we have a camp every year. So like every year, in the last week of July, we have a camp called Bridge Camp. And we have probably about 70 or 80 kids come in. Only thing that they might pay is like $15, and that's just to hold their spot that they come in, because there's so many kids that want to come to the camp. You know, they get free food, they eat, all that stuff, and we have it from 7:30 to like 3:30, 4:30 every day of the week, Monday through Friday. And last year, like probably on that Wednesday, man, my whole right side of my body, I could feel my body was tingling, like all this was tingling. But I could still walk though. So you know me, the man inside of you, you know, a macho man. I tell my wife, like, no, I'll go to the doctor at the end of camp. You know what I'm saying? My son had games, we had camp, we had basketball games. So I literally went to camp the next day, left camp. My son had a championship game at Martin Luther King Park. Went to the Martin Luther King Park, went to the game. Then I told him, I was like, hey, listen, it's Friday. It's the fun day. I'm going to go, I'm going to chill. Like, I could barely walk. Like, no lie, no exaggeration. I could barely walk. Got there, I literally sat down the whole day. Like, I had speakers coming in. I was sitting down, like, kind of just chilling. And then finally, my wife was like, hey, man, all right. Like, this don't make sense. Like, this is really stupid, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been told you to go to the doctor.
Listen to your wife.
Right. She's like, I've been told you to go to the hospital, but now you about to tee me off. Right. Let's go. So I went, man, got to the hospital. Like, no sooner than I got in there, they took me straight to the back. Did all the MRIs and everything, man. I was like, dude, like, you had a stroke. Like, you lucky. You lucky that this all that happened, because you could either died or you could have been, you know what I'm saying, paralyzed for life, you know, not being able to be independent, any of those things. And so, you know, that was kind of like a wake up call.
What did you change?
Man, I changed my diet, number one. I did change my diet. And then I kind of tried to slow down. Now I find myself, and my mom, my wife, they get on me now because my schedule has started to pick back up, but I cut a lot of stuff out. And I think it was because I was super scared. You know, I didn't want it to happen again, you know. But even now, like, as time passes, I always have to talk to myself, because I talk to myself, you know what I'm saying? Me too. I was just saying, you know, some people are like, nah, you crazy. Nah, I really like talk to myself. Like, I walk every day. I got to walk. Every day I walk like maybe 3 or 4 miles. So I walk my neighborhood and come back home, you know what I'm saying?
That's good.
But I talked to myself, man, and I was just like, dude, you got to slow down, bro. Like, I slowly see myself getting back to where I was. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's good.
Going all the time, like, meeting, and then this event, that event, show up for this, show up for that. It was like, dude, you just got to miss some stuff. And
listen, it's nothing wrong with saying no. Right? It's
and those people that may be listening, those people that may be listening to this podcast, or that's going to see this podcast, man, take your health serious, especially men. You know what I'm saying? Especially men that's from my side, from our side, from 29203. Listen, get checkups, go to the doctor, eat healthy, eat fruit, drink water. You know what I'm saying? Get exercise in. Like, those things matter. And it matter more so because you want to be here for your family. And when I think about, you know, I ain't really worried about myself. I've accomplished a lot, you know, not nearly what I want to accomplish and all the things that I think I will accomplish, but I've accomplished a lot, I did a lot, but I'm living for my family, you know what I'm saying? I want to have grandkids. I want to be able to give them something, leave something to them, leave them not only a heritage, but an inheritance as well.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? So I want to live a long time. Anybody that's listening, take your health serious. If you see signs, anything, if you feel differently, go to the doctor and just get checked out. You know what I'm saying? Because it matters.
That's good.
It matters a whole lot. And you know, I'm a living witness that God will take care of you, but you got to take care of yourself.
Come on, man. You preaching. And you do be preaching for real.
Yes,
so
sir.
listen, man, if you can really talk to, if you can go back right now, and if you was looking at that young man at Eau Claire High School, and he was 17 years old, man, what would you tell that particular young man right now?
Have a plan. Have a plan. Not only have a plan, protect your credit, save your money. Club gonna be here, the girls gonna be here,
Yeah.
cars gonna be here, but really have a plan and walk your plan out. You know, if I could tell a 17-year-old anything right now, it would be know what you want to do.
That's good.
Know what you want to do. I think that, you know what I'm saying, and I love my parents to death. I don't got nothing against them. I appreciate everything they taught me, everything that they've instilled in me, you know, even the example that they set for me. But, you know, if I could have did things my way, I wanted to go to Johnson & Wales to be a chef. I told my mom, you know what I'm saying, I understand it's different things, you know, you got out-of-state tuition, you got all this and that, you got different things that you go through, but I wanted to go to Johnson & Wales to be a chef.
Okay. So Mama, you cook?
Yeah, I love to cook, man. Come on, I'm the cook, you know what I'm saying? But listen, Mom was like, all right, Hamilton, you know, I know you got good grades, I know you did this, I know you did that, but man, I don't know, we can't do these out-of-state fees to go here. You know what I'm saying? Now, my parents, you know, 30-something years or 20-something years later, whatever the case may be, they well off, they doing good. But at that time, she was like, listen, my sister had went to Johnson C. Smith. She had already been gone. That was money. My brother went to state. That was money. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? My brother went to state. And so Mom was like, dude, like, you got to stay in, state.
Right.
Went to Charleston Southern. First year, I was gone home. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I had a good time, I enjoyed it, but I was gone home. And I just feel like at the time, that wasn't my plan. Okay. And I'm not gonna say she the reason why I failed, because she might see this too. She gonna be like, you just didn't apply yourself. Listen, she gonna say, you could have applied yourself and you could have made it. And I could have, and I feel like I did make it. But I know that if I would have probably went with what I really wanted to do, what was mine, you know what I'm saying? What God gave me, you know, what I was feeling inside, I feel like I would have ascended to some even higher levels, you know what I'm saying? It may not have went through some of the muck and different things that I've been through as an adult. And I think everything happens for a reason.
It definitely happens.
You know what I'm saying? I really believe that everything happens for a reason. But if I'm talking to a 17-year-old,
I promise
man, listen, I ain't doing too shabby. I ain't doing too shabby, and I thank God for it. But if I'm talking to a 17-year-old, especially from my area, from Eau Claire, man, it would be do it your way.
Do it your way. Do it your way, man.
Do it your way, you know what I'm saying? Get your education.
Believe in yourself.
Believe in yourself. Get your money, you know what I'm saying? But do it your way. Know what you want to do and make it happen.
I love it.
And find the people that can help you, you know, if you need help, you know, get the resources, whatever it may be, but do it your way and don't deviate from your plan.
Come on, man. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Listen, y'all hearing it from the best right now. My guy, man, Hamilton, man, he just dropped some jewels on y'all that I need y'all. Listen, you better be writing this down, okay? Write it down, okay? Because listen, this is free game that you're getting. Hey, so for those who may want to follow you, you know, or get to actually know you a little better.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? See what all you got going on. How can they follow you on social media?
Gotcha. Everything is Hamilton Jacobs. So you go to Facebook, it's Hamilton Jacobs. I'm on Twitter. I don't really be on Twitter too much, but I'm on Twitter. It's Hamilton Jacobs as well as Instagram. So you can follow me at those 3 social media sites. Those where I am pretty much pretty heavily. I think I got a TikTok out there as well. Got to do a little stuff, you know. I got a TikTok too, Hamilton Jacobs. But definitely follow me. We're doing some great things, working with some great people, and I appreciate you letting me come on your platform and spending this time with you, this moment, man. But you're doing some great stuff as well.
Listen, man, listen.
You're doing some great stuff as well. So you know, I can't. Matter of fact, I just graduated Leadership Columbia, and you were one of the reasons why.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Our conversation and us talking about that was really one of the things that pushed me over the top to try to even put an application in for the Leadership Columbia program and to go through that program and graduate and learn everything that I learned, even while I was there. So, man, continue
awesome,
doing
bro.
what you're doing, man, with South Carolina State, with all the other platforms.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Continue to do that, because you are an example and an inspiration for us as well.
Thank you, bro.
Yes, sir.
Thank
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Well,
definitely motivation.
Listen, there y'all have it, man. This guy right here, follow him. Make sure you follow him ASAP. All right. Do not make me chase you. Okay. You guys, you're gonna see him more often. I promise you, because he's just getting started. Okay. He's young. So listen, he's going to the top, all right? And so let's ride with him, and let's cheer him on, and let's pray for him.
Yes, sir.
You have been hit, okay? You are on the Community Vibes podcast, where we showcase the phenomenal individuals, man, who are doing some incredible things in their respective community, okay? Here's where passion meets purpose, all right, guys? So thank y'all once again, man, for another episode of Community Vibes. Hey, man, shout out to my guy, Ty Will, man, all right?
Yes, sir.
Listen.
The best.
God bless y'all. We out.